G'day, this is Bloke's News for Wednesday the 25th of October. I'm Dave and here's the headlines. The World Wildlife Fund, known as the WWF, I thought that used to be the World Wrestling Federation. Anyway, they certainly don't do the same sort of thing for me anyway. Used to like the WWF and it was the World Wrestling Federation. Anyway, they've come out with a report about how countries go on using global resources. While Australia's ranked number 3rd, using what they refer to as 6.6 global hectares to support our lifestyles. Now, the only two countries that are up ahead of us are the USA and Canada. Emerging countries like China, for example, use 1.6 global hectares per person. So, this begs the question that if everyone in the world used the same amount of resources as Australia, they reckon that we're going to need 3.3 globes to be able to sustain ourselves. So, that means we need to pull our finger out and use the resources a little bit more wisely. Now over to the Gold Coast up in Queensland. This is a burglar story with a little bit of a difference. A woman gets home middle of the day from walking her dog to find a couple of blokes ransacking through a garage. One of them pisses off out the back, the other one jumps in the car, hits reverse, runs over her, runs over the dog, kills the dog, severely injures her leg, and then just goes off into the distance. What a gutless wonder! In New Zealand, a vicar has decided to take it upon himself to help women out who have run out of knickers. Apparently there's a bit of a shortage over there. So he's having a knicker run, sort of like a women's underwear drive, like Boy Scouts and all that sort of thing. The weirdest part about this story, this is a vicar. His surname is Husband. What's wrong with that? Plenty. Over in the outback in WA, there's a bloke who needed to get from Kalgoorlie to Perth. That's a distance of about 400 k's. His car was rooted, couldn't use any of the forward gears, so he's decided to attempt it in reverse. That he's done. He's headed off from Kalgoorlie in reverse, got it up to 80 kilometres an hour at one stage, and when he was booked by the police was doing 56k an hour. By the way, he was booked for reckless driving. Now, rather than book someone like that for reckless driving, I reckon they deserve legend status. 80 kilometres an hour in reverse? You beauty. Now, as if you need any excuse to watch the golf, the Australian Open Ladies Masters in Royal Pines in February this year has announced that they've secured America's highest ranking golfer, Christy Kerr. That's not the story. They've also secured Natalie Gulbis, if that's how you pronounce her name. Now, if you really need an excuse to watch the golf, check this bird out. She is the Anna Kournikova of golf. She is hot. Anyway, time for the weather.
The weather. Do I have to do the weather? I'd love to do the traffic. I reckon I could stop traffic.
Got to say I look forward to those weather reports. Now, in North Queensland, wildlife officers up there have actually reopened the beaches. In Townsville, the beaches were closed for the last few days due to a croc alert. Too many crocs around, feeling a bit hungry, that sort of stuff. But apparently all sorted now. So if you're up in North Queensland, feel like a bit of a swim, go for it. This is Bloke News. I'm Dave. See you soon.